Well, hello friends. I am coming to you from the beautiful city of Medellin. I am in a 5-star hotel right now. Thought I would treat myself in the safe central part of the city and just take some downtime. It's been a rough couple of weeks, if I'm being honest. I try my best to be upbeat and happy on camera. Like when I was in Tayrona and Minca, I was genuinely having a really good time. But the part that maybe, doesn't show on camera is the fact that, especially after the incident happened, I couldn't leave, my hotel room. I had so much anxiety and so much fear about being out in Santa Marta again. That's why I didn't film anything there. And just being in Minca and Tayrona, which are fairly close to Santa Marta, was challenging just because I felt I was still so close to the incident. I've had periods in my life where I've had really strong anxiety and, feelings of fear and, just the bad thoughts going through your head. But, this is obviously a situation that I have never been in before. So it has been hard to just regulate my nervous system. It's been hard to fall asleep, in a peaceful, happy sort of manner. And it's been hard to kind of stop the thoughts that I know in many ways are irrational, but it just keeps on coming and you just feel like you're reliving that situation over and over again, even though you're technically in a safe environment. So obviously I know these are a few symptoms of PTSD, like post-traumatic stress disorder. I did realize that because it was happening almost every single day, that it probably would be a good idea for me to get some professional help with this. And funny how the universe works, where after the incident happened, I had to email all of my sponsors that I work with on my channel on a regular basis and be like, hey, this happened. I'm not going to be able to put out, the video that we had originally planned. And, can I push things back a few weeks? Can we change the topic? I had to do that with about 3 different brands, and all of them were super, understanding, which I really appreciate. But what was especially nice is a brand that I've worked with before, which is BetterHelp. They are the sponsor of today's video, who was so incredibly kind that when I told them, what had happened, because they are an online therapy platform, they did something that really, really means a lot to me, where they said that if you're not already, with a certain kind of therapist, can we offer you 3 months of free therapy? Which is so incredibly kind. They didn't need to do that. I honestly was thinking of paying for their services myself, because, when I'm on the road, I can't go to a regular therapist. I can't go in person. Now I can personally recommend it and say that it is, such a saving grace to have, especially if you are in, let's say, a remote community where you don't have a lot of, different therapists around you, or you are on the go like me. So it's really simple to sign up, where you just go on their website, you fill in a simple questionnaire kind of talking about what you're looking to get out of therapy. And what's especially cool, and in my particular case, is that I specified that I went through a traumatic event, and it would be nice to have a therapist who kind of specializes in that sort of thing. And I got matched with someone who has literally 30 years of experience in that field, and even talking to her for the first time was just really, really helpful, and I felt really seen. And it's just a different dynamic talking with a professional than it is, your family and friends, who are wonderful, but it's a really different experience to talk with a professional about something so serious. BetterHelp is also more affordable than traditional therapy, and if you are, from a lower income situation, they also have financial aid available. So in sponsorship with BetterHelp, that's Better H-E-L-P help, I do have a fantastic discount for you guys where if you use my link, betterhelp.com/Alina Mcleod, you will get 10% off of your first month of therapy. I will have the link in the description, and honestly, I can't, I just can't say enough of how grateful I am to have this gift, to be able to have a professional walk me through this. This is obviously, uncharted territory for me. So a big thank you to BetterHelp for not only sponsoring this video, for being such a great brand to work with, but for, literally helping me out of a really difficult situation. But how this is all going to affect my channel, at least how I think, it will for the time being, is that I am just going to be taking probably a lot longer at different destinations than I would usually, because I am finding that, when I arrive in a new place, like whether it was like Tayrona or Minca or here in Medellin, I find that I need much more time to just feel like good and feel safe, to really feel like I understand at least a bit of the lay of the land, and just take baby steps to feel comfortable in a new place. Like even here in Medellin, for example, in the 3 days that I've been here so far, all I have done is go meet my friends at a restaurant the first time I got in, which was like only a few blocks from here, and I took a taxi, and then I have walked 15 minutes to the mall, just hung out at the mall, and then came back, and like that was enough. And I will also actually be meeting up with a few people while I'm here in Medellin. I really appreciate everybody who has reached out to me, and I will be taking some city tours, especially if I'm going to places that I'm not quite sure about. Being with a tour group will obviously make things a lot safer. I may go to like Guatapé or whatever for a day trip or something, since I heard it's really nice. But Medellin is such a big, beautiful city that I think I will find more than enough things to do while I am here, and just work on that sense of personal safety and confidence, and be much more at ease, hopefully, by the time that Brazil rolls around. Now, the second topic that I wanted to touch on that I haven't really before on my channel, but all the time, if you put yourself on social media, there's bound to be people who are not going to like you, who are not going to agree with you, who are going to be outright rude, mean, or just very strange. It's just the ways of the internet. But because my channel has actually had a very big growth spurt, which I'm very grateful for in the last couple of months, the amount of positivity has definitely increased. There's definitely, way more positive comments and, helpful, kind people than there is the opposite. But the reason that I'm bringing it up now is because I will be making some changes, to how things are going to go on my channel, where if somebody is being just outright rude and mean, and it's not in the category of like constructive criticism or agreeing to disagree, if somebody is just being outright mean, like, you will be blocked. For a long time, I used to just delete comments and very rarely block people, but now it's just going to be an instant block. Because it's honestly shocking to me that full-grown adults, I don't have basically any subscribers under the age of 18. Like, I have a adult audience on my channel, and it's shocking to me what kind of things people will write to, somebody obviously they don't personally know, and think it's okay. But because they're hiding behind a username and the anonymity of the internet, somehow it's okay to berate a person and to say absolutely horrible things to them, especially when somebody has just gone through something that, is incredibly difficult. Like, I can't even tell you guys how strange it is to receive the novels of emails that I sometimes get from people, just really being mean to me about what I choose to do with my life, and that, I'm going to be old and die alone, and, how dare I live this lifestyle, and, you're ugly, and just all of this crazy stuff. So it's just crazy to me what some people take the time to write someone they don't even know. And obviously it just reeks of their own insecurities and just projecting like crazy. Like, I have done enough therapy and read enough self-help books to know when somebody is just projecting their own issues, onto you for whatever reason. I guess the way I live my life really upsets some people, and they feel they are helping me by showing me the error of my ways while being incredibly rude. So I really hope that people will take some time to self-reflect and consider what they are putting out in the world. Realize that everybody on the internet is another human being just like you and me, and whether you agree with their choices or not, whether you believe that it was their fault or not, like, be careful about the way that you speak to other people. I know I will get through this and I will be fine, but when I think about people saying that to somebody that's maybe not, as in of a good place as technically I guess I am right now, if somebody was super impressionable, like, words can really have a detrimental effect on not only mental health, but what those people choose to do in their life. So please choose your words carefully and realize that they have impact. If you don't like somebody, if you don't agree with their worldview or what they're doing, unless it's absolutely having some kind of detrimental effect on society, just click off. Just don't comment anything, Like, it's not that difficult. And you will also, have so much more time for so much more productive things to make yourself a better human being. How about instead of judging other people, you take that time and work on yourself? But at the same time, I will say that thankfully, the majority of the people on this channel are just gold, are absolute gems of people, and I still, can't comprehend the other whole side of this situation, where the support that I have received, like especially from the Colombian locals who, by the way, I actually haven't said this, reached out to the Santa Marta police on my behalf, told them what happened. The whole situation did actually end up getting in the news, but I am super grateful because I did want to go to the police eventually. I was just, in such a state of shock when it happened, and I didn't think, there was anything they could do, but I feel like it is the right thing to tell the police what happened. They took down all of my information. They were super kind, and, even offered me actually like police protection while I was in Santa Marta, but I was actually leaving the next day after I talked to them. So they were incredibly kind, and I'm incredibly grateful for all the people that reached out on my behalf. But that is what I wanted to talk about today in this video, and just give you guys, an honest sort of update about what's going on, because the reason that my last two videos, I've tried my best to be happy-go-lucky and, nothing's wrong, because I want those videos to be good stand-alone videos, not tainted by the situation as much as possible, for anyone who's thinking of going to Tayrona and Minca, and, what they can expect there, because those are, some of the safer destinations here in Colombia, and I didn't want to bring the baggage, so to say, of what had happened to me, 2 weeks ago. I am just so incredibly grateful to have the option of therapy right now, because I do feel like this is a situation where I need some help. So to end off this video, once again, thank you very much to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to have my link in the description for anybody who needs, help with their mental health right now. It should not, be something that we have a stigma against. Like, I would hope that in 2022, people realize that your mental health is just as important as your physical health. So the same way that you'd go to a doctor for a yearly checkup, or if you have something that's acutely bothering you, you go get help for it. But thank you. Thank you to everyone who has been incredibly kind and supportive and enjoys my channel. Thank you very much. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm sending you so much love, and keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye, guys.
So hard to see.